Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis, and in today's video, which is live, I'd like to speak to you about different ways, or basically I should say the many ways you can hypnotize people, but most importantly, how to hypnotize the people who think they can't be hypnotized. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the reason for this video is quite often I get people contacting me saying, I get it through the internet, through email, through on the telephone. I've been, going to see hypnotists for years and they can't hypnotize me. One guy actually went for over a year. Can you believe that? Would you continue doing something for over a year if it didn't work for you? But he was going for a long time and he just couldn't be hypnotized, or at least he thought he could. Now, why is that? Well, number one, it could be because he didn't understand what hypnosis is, because hypnosis is simply being open to suggestion. And some people feel like hypnosis is going to control your mind and take you away, and it really doesn't. Hypnosis, while you're in session, you can actually hear a lot of times you could hear the practitioner. You know what's going on around you. You're thinking about your lunch. You're thinking about what you're going to do later. There's no right or wrong. Sometimes you don't hear a thing. So if you think it's going to control you, it's not going to. You're going to be feeling like you're sitting there with your eyes closed, okay? And, oh yes, Raluca just said good morning to everyone. So if there's anybody watching, go ahead and let us know where you're from. We always like to find out if anybody's further away than Raluca, who's 20 feet away. So what do you do for these people that say, oh, I can't be hypnotized? We even get a lot of them in training. They say, I can't be hypnotized. Well, I think what they're saying is a lot of times is they can't be relaxed enough to be hypnotized. And it's great to talk about that, because relaxation is not a prerequisite to hypnosis. You don't have to relax, because I have people saying, well, I couldn't relax, it didn't work. That doesn't matter. Were you open to suggestion or were you resisting it? Now, the majority of the people are called non-analytical. That means they like to relax. Those are the ones that most hypnotherapists have come to their office. And that's great because they like to relax. It's almost like people that like to go get a massage. They like to sit there, but some people just don't want to sit there. Their mind's too busy. People like doctors and psychiatrists and psychologists and leaders of industry and even leaders in the military, they're what we call analytical. Doesn't mean their eyes are big, by the way. They're analytical, which means their mind is always going. Relaxation isn't enjoyable because they feel they're wasting time. They need to do something else. So with them, again, it has nothing to do with relaxation. You don't have to relax them. So we keep their mind busy. Now, why? Because all you need to do with hypnosis, and here's the important part, whether it's somebody that likes to relax or somebody that doesn't like to relax, the end result is to bring them to a place in their mind that we call the alpha theta bridge. Okay, it's the far end of the alpha brainwave state, and that's where you're more open to suggestion than any other time. So if we can bring you to that point, whether it's through relaxation, keeping your mind busy, or whatever it might be, then you can be hypnotized. Now, what else do they call the alpha theta bridge? What would we know that as? Well, we know that as bringing you to the now. So in the now, in the present moment, is the alpha theta bridge. Why? Because when you're in the now, you can relax. Even though, not relaxing like, but what I mean is there's no stress. There is no stress in now. And that's the deep alpha, the theta line. There's no stress, because stress comes from the past and the future. What did happen? What's going to happen? But right now, you're watching this. There's no stress at the moment as long as you're focusing on this, because you're focusing on the now. Now, there's a lot of very easy techniques to do to bring someone to now. And in hypnosis, what we do is, in a session, we usually keep their mind busy, having them do a job. Maybe you're drawing a circle with the alphabet inside, and while you're doing that, we're speaking to you because you're focused on the now. Focusing on your breathing can bring you to the now. focusing on a picture. See that picture right behind me here with the cafe and all that? Well, if you were to describe that to me, okay, and just started saying, well, let me get out of the way here. There's a couple chairs by a tabletop, and there's a plant, and there's some Venetian blinds. And as you're doing that, everything else faded away. And you'll watch somebody's face when they're doing something like that. The wrinkles come out of their face, and you see them kind of relaxing because the stress goes away. They're focusing on one thing. They're in a very suggestible state. Suggestions given at that time will not be resisted upon, and that's what hypnosis is to get the suggestions from the conscious mind into the subconscious mind without resistance. See how easy that is? Now, the thing is, how do we know how to do it to you? Well, that's what we teach in our classes. We actually teach our students how to test someone or give them exercises to see how their mind works, because everyone's mind is differently, and the majority of people like to relax, so we do a traditional relaxation session. But sometimes when we test you, and a lot of times, probably 20-30% of the time, people come out analytical, which shows us they don't like to relax, so we keep their mind busy. And the thing is, if you go through a session, you go, this isn't relaxing, remember, it doesn't matter. As long as we can keep you focused, as long as we bring you to the now, hypnosis works wonderfully. So I hope that helps you to understand a little bit about it. Yes, you can be hypnotized. Anyone who can understand the language can be hypnotized, okay? Children, adults of all different types, shapes, sizes, conditions, as long as you can understand what's being said and follow simple instructions, you can be hypnotized. Now, of course, there's always the people who say, I can't be hypnotized because they don't want to. Yeah, anyone can resist it. We can't make you do anything in hypnosis unless you want to. Remember, hypnosis is a helpmate, not a magic spell, okay? And if I tell you, you're going to quit smoking, you'll never smoke a cigarette again in your life, and I'm giving you the suggestions, and you get outside the session, you say, I'm going to try it. It's not going to be like this. There's not going to be this barrier going around your head. I mean, I could do that for a couple of minutes. You see that in comedy hypnosis all the time. But in reality, if you really want to, you can. So we're there to help you. In other words, you need to want to quit smoking. You need to want to do these things. If you say, I don't want to quit, make me, it's not going to work that way. It's a helpmate. It's not a magic spell or a do it by itself. So if there's something you want to do, anything that you want to do, hypnosis can help you to do it better. That's how great a helpmate is. It will help you, give you more strength, probably more strength than you've ever had, to be able to accomplish any task. So I hope that helps you to understand that, yes, you can be hypnotized. And if you haven't been in the past, that's because the majority of hypnotherapists that go to school are not taught how to hypnotize analytical people. They just do the relaxation technique because that's the majority of the public. So if they're not going to test you, if you haven't been tested, you know that they were probably doing the non-analytical approach, what the majority is, and you're in that minority, okay, which is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, the leaders in the industry and the doctors and lawyers, they're all in that same group. So that's probably why you weren't tested. They didn't know how your mind works, and they didn't approach the hypnosis to the session to your mindset. That's how we can tailor the session and not miss anyone. Now, if any of you have any questions, okay, sometimes we have people calling them in, sometimes we have people emailing them, but I'm going to go through a couple of the questions that people had. In the last week, I've had several people ask me, in this training that you have coming up, are you going to be teaching past life regression? Are you going to be teaching pain management? Are you going to be teaching all these different topics? Let me tell you, this is a basic and advanced hypnosis certification course. As a result of this course, we're going to be teaching you the 5-step method of doing hypnosis. So once you understand this 5-step method, which you'll understand it by the end of the first day of class. So that means starting the second day, you're going to be hypnotizing each other. But once you know the 5 steps, all you need to do is swap the scripts for whatever topics you have. Meaning, you can hypnotize somebody. The scripts are the things that people came to see you for. Scripts is short for prescription. So if they came to see you for smoking, you read the smoking script. If they came to see you for nail biting, bedwetting, no matter what it is, it's just a matter of swapping the scripts because you have the 5 steps all together. So yes, you will know how to do basic hypnosis for all the everyday things that people have to improve in. You're going to know how to do past life regression, contacting spirits, all the spiritual things, because you just put in the extra scripts that you need for that. The clinical things from smoking, weight loss, stress, confidence, pain management, healing. So all the different topics will be covered in class. It's just a matter of swapping the scripts, and you'll be getting a lot of those in class as well. Okay, Luca just has one here that someone called in. Can I still sign up for the class? That's right, you still can sign up for the class. Registration will be held right up until the morning before we start class. Okay, so you can sign up anytime between now and then, and the link is below this video. But the sooner you sign up, the better, because I need to send you the information sheet on what kind of things you're going to have ready for class. So you do have a little bit of things to do before you get there. So if you sign up the morning of class, you're probably not going to have time to get things ready. All you need for class is a computer like this here, or a laptop, or any internet capable device. You can even watch it on your cell phone, okay? And the beauty about that is, if you have to run errands, if you're on vacation one day or something like that, you can take your cell phone and still watch us as you're doing whatever you're doing. But please try not to do it while you're driving. Not a good idea. But we've had people on vacation. We've had people watching their kids. One woman was watching 5 children while doing this. I could see on her phone, on her little square there on Zoom, that she was cooking and feeding them and doing all these different things. It's kind of interesting. We've had people working in a job where, of course, they didn't have to do something else like dog walking and these kind of things here. So if you can't make it also, each day will be recorded. So that way, if there was a day you couldn't make it, you can just watch the recordings and catch up with the class. Let's see. Is there any marketing covered in the class? Another question. Yes, we do cover marketing. We cover quite a bit in marketing. Matter of fact, the last day, that's the main focus on marketing, on business building, on where to get leads, how to get leads. So we have quite an extensive training on that as well. And Tiny, hello, says, good day. Can a person hypnotize themselves? Yes. And actually, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And it's funny because sometimes when a hypnotist is, I should say anytime a hypnotist is hypnotizing a client, they're also hypnotizing themselves, because unless you're resisting it, you're accepting the suggestions. Okay. And no, don't apologize. She says, I apologize if the question was already addressed. Nope, it wasn't addressed yet. Very good question. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And matter of fact, part of the course we're going to be teaching, I believe it's 8 different methods, 8 or 10 different methods of doing self-hypnosis, which is very simple to do and just as effective as regular hypnosis. So that's a good question. So I think I covered most of the questions. I'm thinking there was one more. It's nagging me now. One more question. I have to use my hypnosis for memory retention. What was the question? Let's see, I already covered. Even if you can't attend today, you can make it. Oh, about the test. On the last day, there is an open book test. And don't worry, it's nothing really scary, because a test to me is not a pass or fail thing. A test for me just shows me that you understand the materials, because it's my job to make sure you know what you're doing and you're very confident and competent in doing hypnosis, which is why we do so much practice every day in class. And one more question here. Do we get a certificate at the end of this Zoom class? No, you get 2. You get a certificate from the American School of Hypnosis as a graduate, and you also get a certificate from the American International Association that you are a member. And you also get a 1 year's membership with the American International Association, which gives you tons of benefits, additional courses, free scripts, training, continuing education. So there's a lot involved in that as well. That is the part that helps you even after class to expand your business, to grow it a lot more, because your success is my success. So it's my job to make sure that you all do a great job upon training when you get out there in the real world. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, for joining me. I appreciate having you all in our community. And go ahead and look at the link below this video so you can sign up for class. And I look forward to meeting you this Saturday. Have a great day now. Bye-bye.